Hi folks and welcome. What you're looking at today is I just bought a Kimber Scorpius in 9mm. I didn't actually buy it. I bought a black ice, but I had problems with it and Kimber said they couldn't fix it. And they said we're going to discontinue it, so we agreed that I could take this Scorpius in lieu of the one they couldn't fix, the Kimber black ice in 10mm. So anyway, here it is. When I got it, I was really disappointed. It was filthy. I didn't really think it was new. I'm still not sure if it is or not. It had scratches on it. I can show you the pictures. They included extra magazine, which Kimber never does. Unfortunately, it was a 10mm and not a 9mm. So that was another indication. I didn't think it was actually new in a box, because somebody had opened it up and threw that in there, and I think it really wasn't a brand new Scorpius. But anyway, I've had it for some time. I was so pissed off I just let it sit in a box, and today I decided to take it to the range, and I was going to come home and bash the hell out of Kimber, but after shooting it, I really don't give a fuck whether it's new or used. This is the most accurate gun that I have, with the exception of a Performance Center Smith & Wesson 38. It's actually a 357 plus 7-shot. But anyway, this is the second most accurate gun that I have. And I took to the range my Beretta 92 FS and Inox, just to see how well they're pretty similar type guns. And the Beretta is really accurate. I really like that Beretta. The 92 FS, I changed, and I think this is me taking it out of this bag right here. I changed the grip, and it's a fancy walnut grip. It's pretty, blah, blah, blah. But with the rubber grip that comes with it, I'm not sure it wouldn't be, my hands might have slipped a little bit on this, and it makes it just a little bit different. There's not really much difference between the two. Overall, I'd say the Scorpius is a little more accurate than the Beretta is, but the Beretta has 15-round magazine. The Scorpius has a 9-round magazine, and I've yet to find a place where I could buy another magazine for it, except for Kimber, and Kimber doesn't exactly call it a Scorpius. They call it I forget what it is, a full-size model 9mm, and I'm not sure, and it's $55. Anyway, there I am shooting a Beretta after I just shot the black eyes to give a little bit of a comparison of the two. And I think we're going to bring that thing up. I'm doing a little bit of an overlay here. Here we go. So these down there in the center were the original shots. I didn't want to do that on the target type thing, just because it's the first out of the box, and then I wanted to do the target so you could actually see it a little bit better, because I didn't know my GoPro, I couldn't get to function properly at the shooting range. For some reason it wouldn't connect, because it wasn't on Wi-Fi, and I don't know, the Bluetooth just didn't want to connect to the thing and make it work properly, so I couldn't get that to work the way I wanted it to. Anyway, I also took my Sig Sauer P365X, and that's given me somewhat of a problem. And I thought it was me for a while, but after shooting Smith & Wesson and these two, I don't think it's me as much as it is. I just don't know how to sight it in or something. And it's smaller, and it might not be as accurate. I put a red dot on it, tried to co-witness it with the sights, but that didn't happen. Still hasn't happened. It might. I don't know. One of these times I might find an expert to show me how to do it. Maybe somebody up at the shooting range, if I pay them. They'd probably show me. Ultimate Defense Shooting Range. It's in St. Peters, Missouri. It's an indoor range, obviously, as you can tell. It wasn't very busy today because it's summertime, and they just don't do a lot of business in the summer. And to all you people that are going to yell at me about the ammo and I should be reloading and all that stuff. I don't have time for that. I don't have the money to buy all the equipment, and from what I understand, it's just almost as hard to get bullets and gunpowder and the rest of the stuff for self-loading than it is to buy from, you know, the regular places. 9mm become pretty normal again. I mean, you can get it. It's not that much higher than it was before. It's higher. Everything is. I mean, crap. Gas is $4.69. Sorry. I thought it would go down after Memorial Day, so I only put 20 bucks in. And then after Memorial Day, I went back and it was 40 cents higher. So I guess it's going to keep going up and up until we all buy an electric car. I guess that's the motif for why gas is going to be so high, it forces you to buy a new car, and why ammunition is going to be so expensive that you won't be able to afford to buy a gun and keep it and should be able to shoot it, train with it, and everything else. Somehow, they're going to find a way probably one of these days. I don't have that much longer to go. I'm 71 years old and I got cancer and everything else. So you guys are going to have to carry the torch, pass it on, and stick up for the Second Amendment. Don't let them take them, because if you do, you're going to be sorry. You're no longer going to be a citizen. You're going to be a subject. Enough about the Second Amendment. I didn't want to turn this into a political argument, but anybody that's watching this video is probably pro-gun. There may be a few that aren't, just to see if they can't shut the video down, you know, for something that I did wrong. Who knows? Anyway, in conclusion, I guess, Kimber kind of screwed me on. They're still selling the Kimber black ice, Rapide black ice in 10mm, and they couldn't get. I sent it back because the coating was peeling, so I sent it back to them, and they fixed it and sent it back, and it was still peeling. It was still peeling. It was under the safety. I mean, if you turn the safety off, you could see where it was peeling, and then underneath the takedown, you could see where it was peeling. So I called them and I said, "We'll send it back." I sent it back. They accidentally sandblasted the serial number off of the receiver, so they had to send out for a new receiver. They got the new receiver and said that it had the same problem, so they ordered another receiver, and again it had the same problem. So after 3 months, I'm calling like, "Where the hell's my gun?" He said, "Well, we can't fix it. We're probably going to discontinue the black ice, so we're going to send you this other two-tone model," or I don't know what it was. They said it was a limited edition when it really wasn't. It was already on sale, $200 cheaper than the gun that I'd purchased from their MSRP, but you can't find one anywhere, and I bought it at Inox and paid way more than that. Not way more, but a couple hundred more. So we finally settled on the the Scorpius in 9mm. And I asked them to send me an extra magazine just for all the crap that I had to go through, and that I purchased an extra magazine for the black ice in 10mm, which I can't use anymore. And I go, "No, we can't do that." So they wouldn't even compensate me at all for having to drive to UPS to drop the thing off, because you can't. So anyway, not real happy with Kimber. The gun they sent me was filthy, dirty. I don't really think it was brand new. Well, they had the little tags on it like it was. I still don't think it was, because it was filthy. And I understand they don't clean them after they shoot them at the thing, but that's not the filth I'm talking about. It was around the grips and all that kind of stuff. It was just filthy, and I've never seen a gun, and I have a few guns, brand new that were dirty, like this one was on the outside, not from shooting it, from just being dirty. So it wasn't stored in the little plastic box that they send a $1,700 gun in, with one magazine. Anyway, the Kimber black ice that I had jammed all the time. And then I found out that they said, well, you know, you got to shoot like 250 rounds to get it to work properly. And I'm like, well, what's that? And I looked in the forums, and all the elite people that own the Kimbers are saying, well, you know, if you'd ever purchased a nice gun before, you'd know, because their manufacturing specs are so tight, it takes a while to break it in. You know, I think it's $1,700, twice as much as my Beretta. They could have fixed that themselves. They could have polished the ramp, which is basically all that breaking it in does anyway. And that should have been done at the factory, and it would be something I had to do, and another expensive 250 rounds of 10 millimeter ammo. Add that up. It's about $75 and maybe more now for a 50 round box of ammo times 5. You know, so your $1,700 gun's over $2,000, and hopefully it works. And if you ordered extra magazines, you know, they're going to blame, if you didn't buy the Kimber mag, they'll blame it on Ed Brown or whatever magazine you bought. It just seems like they're an elitist manufacturer, and, you know, they're getting by with a reputation. I asked the guy at the gun range, the guy that owns the gun range, and he said they don't even carry Kimber because of all the problems that Kimber has, and because they have such poor customer service. So, you know, I don't know whether he just got a bad Kimber. I know every manufacturer is going to get a bad gun here and there, and I've had some problems. You can look at my website. You can see I had the problems with Colt with the Python. They fixed it. I bought, that was a 6-inch. They fixed it. Golden Web, Hickok, they all had problems with them. Colt fixed it. I bought a 4-inch after that, and it ran flawlessly. I've got Smith & Wessons. I've got Sig Sauers. I mean, come on. I even got Marlins. I have Heritage. I've never had a problem with the Heritage pistol, and you can buy one of them for $100. So the Kimber's a little bit more accurate than my Beretta, but the Beretta's got 16 rounds. It's half the price, brand new, as the Rapide Black Ice. So make up your own mind. If you want to spend twice as much and have a Kimber and be an elitist, go ahead. You won't see me on Kimber's website looking at their guns ever again. And I don't have that much time left, but like I said, let's pass the torch on along, just like we are, hopefully, people that are going to defend the Second Amendment. Maybe they won't buy Kimbers either. So that's enough bashing a Kimber. The gun they sent me, it's a decent gun. Is it worth $1,700? Nah. I wouldn't have paid that for it originally. I liked the Black Ice just because of the looks. And the Scorpius, I think, actually looks a little bit better. But I wanted a 10 millimeter. And the 10 millimeter in the Black Ice, when it didn't jam, was pretty accurate. And it was fun to shoot. And it had a little more kick to it than the 9 millimeter. It's more like a 357 almost. And it was an accurate gun. But it jammed all the time. The coating peeled. The Scorpius they sent me's got scratches on it underneath the safety and the takedown. So I said I was done ranting. I guess I wasn't. So I am now. So enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.